Ah, welcome to the show. Juicy. Oh, why, hello there. My name is Lark. Don't worry, that was blood from the hospital. Human blood. I buy off a vampire that works in the morgue. Anyway, enough about that. Welcome to the Bloody Fang-Tastic Show with me. I'm your host, Lark, and in this one, I am going to go over the vampire movie, Interview with the Vampire. That is directed by Jordan Neal, based on the book by the late great Anne Rice, starring Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Stephen Rea, Antonio Banderas, Kirsten Dunst, and Christian Slater. So, in this, we focus on a journalist played by Christian Slater, who is interviewing Louis, who is a 200-odd-year-old vampire, younger than me, and he tells his life story to this journalist from his human years to how he became a vampire, explaining the whole rules and mythology around his vampire kind, and how he travelled for many years with a vampire named Lestat, played by Tom Cruise, who turned him and was his companion for many years. And of course they also turn a child as well and make them have them travel with her, but of course with her being a child she ages mentally and ends up grown up and trapped in a child's body forever. Along the way we get other characters, one by Antonio Banderas and Stephen Rea. So basically that is the essential story. And does Christian Slater's journalist character believe him? Well, let's just say he soon knows of our existence. Of course, back then, I don't think mankind were as ready as they are now to know of our existence. Anyway, let's get on to my likes and dislikes. So what did I like? Well, I just liked this film. I liked the book that I read, part of the Vampire Chronicles series, and then when I saw this adapted into a film in 1994, I was like, hell yes, I'm going to see that. Yes, I like the dark gothic tone and the connection and romance that forms between Louis and Lestat, and also the performance that Brad Pitt puts into his character, the way he keeps his face blank and emotionless and does not change his facial expression much when doing some scenes. I also liked Tom Cruise in his role. He was the kind of supernatural being that loved his abilities and loved his being a vampire, and because back then we could get away with murder, no one would bat an eye, and you humans would jump to conclusions accusing other people of it. But yeah, I like the character of Lestat as well. I was also surprised to see Antonio Banderas in this, Spanish actor, but he was good too. He wasn't long before he got the part of Zorro as well in that. I also enjoyed how it was set in the 90s, but then we go back and we see Louis' 200 years of immortality, and how it goes from being set in San Francisco, present day at that time, to going back and we see his life. It actually inspired me to think, say, when I get to half a millennium old, I'm going to tell my story. Document it and tell it in a 500-year-old diary, which I have done on this channel. I believe it's been uploaded to it. You can watch that on there. Anyway, enough about me. Of course, there were a few flaws in there, like the mythology I wasn't too impressed by. Like, we don't have reflections. These do. I mean, we're soulless We don't have a reflection because the devil owns our souls, and as a constant reminder, he has our reflections. You know, we call it next week. But other than that, I love this one. Homoeroticism is implied in this one. Of course, they had to be pretty careful at that time, given that it was the 90s and correctness isn't as political as it is now. But yeah, I can see a lot of tension in this. I also like the performance from Brad Pitt when he's trying not to kill humans but kills animals. Of course, when I was first turned, I was instantly commanded to kill a human, and I couldn't resist the urges, but I was a different person back then. Anyways, I thought this had good cinematography. It had some good drama in there too, as well as supernatural elements and horror and moments where you get stuck into this film. So, what am I going to rate this one? You know what? I shall give Interview with the Vampire. I shall give it 4 fangs out of 5. So that's it for this one. So have you seen it? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video, be sure... Oh wait, no, hold on. I've made a mistake there. I'm not wrapping up yet. We still have other things to go. We have the mythology and the facts about this movie. Brain fart. I am getting old. 506 years of it. Anyway, yes, let's just go to the mythology first, shall we? The mythology in this film is that vampires are immortal, and they do live forever, and they don't age, but also neither does their hair or their features. If they cut their hair, and they were turned when they had it long, their hair will instantly grow back to the state it was in when they were turned. Also, they can burn in the sunlight into dust, and of course have fangs to feed, and also have vampiric eyes. Also, in this, the vampires do have reflections in the mirror. They look human, they have flesh and bones, but they state at the beginning that they are not human, and also have other supernatural abilities that are common with the vampire as well. Brad Pitt hated his time on set. He found the contact lenses that he wore uncomfortable, along with the costumes that he had to wear throughout the production of the film. In fact, he almost quit the production until he was offered $40 million to be in the film, so he stayed on acting in the film as Louis. To Anne Rice, the inspiration for the character of Lestat had personal connections of one of her characters. Lestat is based on her husband, Stan Rice, and even shares the same birthday, that is November 7th. Interview with the Vampire stayed the highest grossing vampire film for over 10 years. As of 2016, it is still the highest rated vampire movie that is rated R of all time. Tom Cruise spent time preparing for his role as Lestat by watching videos of zebras being attacked by wild lions. There is also a 15-year age difference in Louis' character between the book and the film. In the novel, he is aged 185, but in the film, he is 200 years old, which ties in with the film's setting. When writing the film, the writers almost gave Louis a gender change by making him female, and actors that were considered for the role were Cher or Angelica Houston, but in the end they decided to keep Louis male. And that is all on the facts. Ah well, that's the end of the show. Have you seen the film featured in this episode? Have you learned some facts and mythos about it you didn't? let us know down below in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and to share with your friends, and to feel free to subscribe to the Random Horror YouTube channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I have been Lark the Vampire, and until next time, don't have nightmares. Ha!